Welcome back to another episode of Merry Potsack at Christmas.
You almost had it.
I was going to say Potsmas, but I was like, that sounds dumb. I wanted Potsack Christmas.
Yep. It is a Merry Podsack Christmas. Joined by, the two festive guys. The other guys couldn't make
like
it.
Christmas sweaters.
Yeah, we do. We love Christmas sweaters and we love to bring them out during the holidays. This is going to be the last episode airing before Christmas. So,
if you're wondering where Andre is or Anil is, Anil just couldn't make it today. Andre is dying of bronchitis right now.
He is. I saw him.
Well, he's not actually dying, but he's suffering a little. He's got his antibiotics going on and stuff.
No, he when he came out, I was like, okay, yeah, dude, stay home. Like, don't get near me. Leave me alone. I'm not trying to die right now.
Okay.
We love you, Andre.
It was this close to spurting over into the mic.
But yeah, we wanted to come at you with this nice festive feeling and let you know that we are doing this giveaway here. I know we talked about it in the short we are releasing. Please go check that out. But we will reiterate here that you guys can win these 4 pops right here. Just go like and comment on the last 10 episodes, which we've been checking constantly. There's one dude in the lead who is actually slated to win these 4 pops.
He's the only guy.
He's the only guy. Honestly,
I don't care.
He's a shoo-in. He honestly will probably take it.
I'll just give it to him.
But we're sending this message out. Please go do that so you guys can win these pops down below. All right. Yeah, let's get into this.
Give me 1 second. Can you make sure that your mic is facing completely straight?
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Producer Pat has got us changing mic stuff.
Yeah, in the middle of
the pod.
Middle of our pod video.
You keep moving. It's not my fault.
I'm sorry. That is my fault.
Like Sheldon sounds perfect now. Maybe it's just
now that it's here, I'm not gonna move. So.
also
because I know if I do, I'm screwed, man.
Screwed. I also brought some eggnog, so we're gonna crack into some eggnog.
Swore there.
And we got Christmas donuts for the festivities. Let's go.
He didn't tell us he was doing this.
I didn't.
He just brought stuff.
I just wanted
it would
to
have been cool
feel more
if I had been
festive,
told,
dude.
because then I would have made it more festive.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to.
I would have had, I don't know.
You know what?
Frosty the Snowman stuff or something.
I mean, you know what? I just wanted to share it with you. That's why I only got.
I know, but I could have shared something with you.
You can.
It would have been special.
You know what? It's okay. We'll
just
make
kiss.
it special together with the eggnog.
Did you hear me?
I did.
How did you hear me though?
No, I didn't hear. I didn't hear what you said.
He said, "Just kiss."
Oh, I will. At the end of this, there'll be a little. Can we get a holly? Producer Pat, let's get a holly right in the middle, and we're gonna kiss.
Oh my god!
We do have some things we're gonna be talking about this episode.
Did you shake it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I shook it before we got on this.
I feel like he's gonna drop it.
Nope. I am elite with this. That's a lot of eggnog, to be completely honest.
There's a lot of eggnog.
I'm sorry, but we got to go through this. We're going to 2-man it. So we're going to be talking about some anime stuff. Of course, we got our 3 episodes that we've been covering for the last little bit. Daima, Dandadan, Bleach. We'll go over those quickly, but we also got to get into the anime, the new animes we're going to be watching.
2025 come this new winter season.
Yeah, we're ending Bleach and Dandadan. We got to talk about stuff that we're going to be watching. We also have the Game Awards.
Yeah, a lot of things got it.
Dude, too many things are happening.
Yeah, we'll go over just certain winners, not a whole lot of winners. You just really did that in your mic.
Yep.
Of course. How are your ears, Pat?
It's fine.
Oh my god.
He did it really quietly, but I still.
I made sure not to make it too abrupt because I didn't want to interrupt
That's fair.
you.
But I mean, I still heard it. It almost threw me off. I was like, why, dude? It's not even that. It's not hot or anything. Anyways, we got that. There was a lot of game trailer reveals as well. Some very big things that were announced, which is pretty cool. So
let's get into it.
We'll get into those.
Yeah.
Dandadan.
Good episode. Very good episode.
So I just want to preface real quick before you ask.
Yes.
This is all spoilers.
Reviews. We always do spoiler reviews. This is a watch along. So if you guys want to keep up with what we're watching and what we are talking about, please go watch these episodes first. If you don't really care, just follow along with us. We're going to chat about it. We're going to talk about what we like about it, and we'll get into it.
True that.
My first question for you guys.
Yep.
How do you like Gigi?
I love him.
Well,
I love him.
For those that don't know, Gigi just got introduced.
He did.
This is
End of
Momo's
last episode, beginning of this episode.
Yeah. Momo's childhood friend that apparently she was in love with first.
Yep.
Her first love. And he goes by, well, what's his full name?
I don't
Goji. I thought it was like
Jijo,
something, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
they call him Gigi.
Is this tall, pinker dude, and Okurin is clearly jealous of him.
Yep.
I like Gigi.
I love him.
I think he's weird as shit.
I love that. Me and
it's
you
so good.
Yeah, right?
It's so good.
He's just like the odd child, just going and doing his thing.
It feels real.
It does.
It feels
real.
There are weird people out there. And
Exactly.
every friend group has one weird dude.
Bang. I'm that guy.
One or two, at least, And I appreciated it.
I do. I appreciate Gigi. I think he's funny. I think he's witty. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you ask this question?
know. I'm just saying.
Is it because the community hates him?
A lot of people hate him.
Why?
He does get better, but like
He's already good.
when he was
Why does he need to be better?
introduced,
I mean, he can get better.
I get it. People want to. They want Okurin and ISA to be. This is the whole.
you mean Momo?
Momo ISA, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Ira's the one that you're thinking
Ira's
about.
what you're thinking about.
Okay.
But yeah, the love triangle even between Momo, ISA, and Ira, where that's already been introduced. We're now looking.
Oh,
at the
does she
love
go
square.
by Momo more in this? Oh,
Yeah, she.
That's
does.
why.
She does. But I don't know why I say ISA.
it's fine.
ISA is her last
I think
name.
it's fine. It's whatever.
But yeah, we get introduced to Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
He is a funny, witty dude, and he starts kind of letting himself be who he is right in front of like everyone.
Yeah.
Just right away. He has no filter,
None.
and he just goes for it.
Yes.
He is now also living with Momo.
Yes.
Yeah, so we find out that he's going to be staying with Momo. That throws the whole house for a riot.
Mm-hmm.
Everything kind of goes crazy for a bit. Everyone's arguing, going at each other. And,
Do you think his weirdness is an act or it is a part of him and he gets serious when he wants to be serious?
See, I'm curious because like we see that as a kid, he was that silly kid as well. And like that's just who he was. Like he hasn't changed.
Right.
He just grew into who he was. And that's kind of cool seeing that in the episode. But I don't know. We'll see like if he gets serious. I feel like he's going to get serious and he's going to look like the coolest dude.
Well, I know that for the end of the season, we won't see any more fight scenes.
Oh.
It is going to be all slice of life.
Fair enough. I mean, we only have what?
I mean, they're high school
Well,
kids.
there's only-
What is it? One more episode,
Only
right?
one more
There's only
episode.
one more episode in the
Episode
season.
12,
We're on
yeah.
episode 11 right now.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense though. Like it's they're high school kids. They still have normal lives.
Exactly.
At that,
And like
that's
normal world problems.
Exactly, and that's what this episode really, really highlighted because, like, right after they leave, we see Okurin start to show his feelings a bit more for ISA, almost like in a sense where he's feeling jealous now, and you can really see that like Gigi's put like a big, I don't know how to like a big weight on his shoulders where he's like, how do I compete with this dude? He has this sense of like,
but I mean, he's doing that to himself though.
he is doing it to
Like
himself.
he heard, first love, childhood friends, all feelings are gonna come back. Things
Exactly, and his mind's racing. He's having that anxiety about the whole situation.
That is all sugar, by the way.
Yep, 100%. Guess what?
I thought the energy drink was bad, but this is
This is sweet. I really have to sip this.
diabetes.
Diabetes in a cup. I love it. Festive.
Oh goodness.
This is what Santa drinks. This is the only thing he drinks.
Oh my god. Okay. And then you want me to eat these donuts?
Yep, Do you remember our first Christmas together doing this? We ate about 14 different sweet treats, all in the matter of like 5 minutes,
and then we crashed really
we had a
hard.
sugar crash mid pod. It was crazy. That was a wild time. That was only audio bit. Audio
That was
days.
only Pat. It was ridiculous.
It was craziness. You weren't even. It was.
I think we went crazy with sugar for a little bit. It was.
is it as bad? Is it worse than when I crashed out on?
No,
On
your
420?
crashing out was the greatest thing ever. But our sugar rush pod was just something
You need to
else.
send me that clip.
Because we went really high and then we came down to depresso mode, dude.
Yep.
Because we crashed so hard.
Yep.
We were like, why did we do this? My head hurts. Everything sucks.
It was so bad.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah,
Let's
sorry.
get back to Dandadan. So we see that strain on Okurin, and we actually. But what was nice was when ISA actually or Momo ran outside to actually get Okurin and like kind of like let him know like, hey, like I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. And
That
she
was
was
really
like,
nice.
it's your turn.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't know. He was just like, boy. But yeah, she's clearly in tune with his feelings.
Exactly.
And I think she knows, but she wants him to be a little bit more.
Exactly.
Right?
I think, but
more assertive.
yeah, and she, well, not just assertive, but like she wants to see him grow because like right now he is training, right? Like we see that in the next clip where they go to school. Gigi gets introduced into the class, and we see Okarun right after.
Addictive.
They are.
Oh, it's not
They're
good.
really sweet.
Is it good?
They're really good. You want one?
I'm good.
Take one.
I try to avoid sweets.
Oh, this is diabetes today, baby.
Save him like 4.
Me? No.
4.
Okay. So
But, yeah.
Gigi gets introduced. He's hitting on all the girls.
And then he like outright tells the entire class that we're in me and Momo are in a parental approved relationship.
Yeah,
and
We're living together.
We're living
I
together.
like that her friend came and was like, "Nuh-uh," and she's like, "It's her and Okarun time."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, that's our homie."
Yeah,
Like,
that's a real homie. That's a
real
day
homie, dude.
one right there.
Mhm. I was like, "That's cool, man."
And then the scene where like they show Okarun and
Where he's working out.
no, where he's in class and it starts with jealousy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
No,
he's got his head down. It's like jealous and friend. Like
yeah, our adjectives, and it's like what? It is really funny the way they've the way they're showing how these characters are dealing with the emotions.
yeah, there's a cool psychological aspect to it because you see Okarun just spiral downward. Like homie
Really
just,
spiral.
He started with one and then he's like, no, but then yes, and then it just goes worse.
It
and
just
worse.
keeps getting worse, and there's like he starts making up images in his head where they're
Yeah,
like in a
like
field,
weird
and
scenarios, man.
weird scenarios.
I was like,
You're like,
this poor dude. I'm like, this is definitely high school. You know?
Exactly.
Like
It
I've
feels so
seen kids go
wholesome.
through this, and it's just like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
This dude is hitting on all points.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He must have had a crazy high school experience.
Oh,
This is
100%.
probably like his first crush.
This is probably his life, but just more fantasy based.
yeah,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying?
No,
Yeah.
it feels so real. It's weird, and that's what I love about, like I've said this before, but the VAs in this show,
Yeah.
the voice actors in this show, they bring to life these characters. Like
Mm-hmm.
Momo feels real. Like every time she's expressive, like she feels like I can hear it in the voice,
Yeah.
right? And it's the same way with like Gigi being silly. Like I can hear it in the voice. Like all these VAs, they do such a good job in bringing these characters to life.
They really do. Absolutely.
So right after that, we see Okarun kind of like out working out at lunch, and
Momo finds him,
Momo finds him.
and she wants to eat lunch with him. He thought she already ate and was just like, whatever. But she was like, no, I want to eat lunch with you. Have you eaten? Like, I'll feed you. That was where he got it. Where she was like, I can feed you while you work out if your hands are tied. And he was like, what? Are you sure that's okay? And he's like, okay. I'm like, brother, if she's willing to feed you,
True.
you should have no doubts that this person is into you.
Yeah.
This girl is into you, man.
Well, I mean, for sure. But remember, he doesn't know anything.
This is true. Yeah, you're right.
He's a baby bird. He's a baby boy, right?
Very fresh to all this.
Very
But then
fresh.
Gigi shows something. Hey, let's eat lunch together.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God. And she was like, oh my God. And as soon as she was about to like turn away, he was like, I got your favorite drink. And her eyes just lit up like, oh my God.
And Okarun saw that.
But do you think she was like, oh, that's my favorite drink. That's awesome. Or she was more like, holy crap, you remembered my favorite drink. That's exciting.
I think it was more her favorite drink. She seems like the person who's very
Simple-minded.
not simple-minded, but very first instinct like goes for her.
Okay,
like
yeah.
that's just what I get from her.
She like a Gon.
Yeah, kind
And
of
a
like in
Goku.
a sense. Yeah. Where she's just like first instinct happens.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what I think. She was like, oh, Poppy. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought of it. But right after that, they get interrupted by a
Gigi.
No, not Gigi. After Gigi was introduced, they get interrupted by Mannequin Man.
Oh yeah, Mannequin Man was the
Mannequin
greatest thing
Man.
about this entire episode.
I
Like
can't believe you forgot it. I was waiting for you to say it. I'm like, come on, man. Mannequin Man, the
Mannequin
best part.
Man was the beast. He was the boss. Nothing could stop him. This man was a living tank.
He made Forrest Gump look weak. This man would have outrun
Oh my
anyone.
God.
He was so fast. He just kept running. Nothing could stop him.
Nothing. I love this character.
I know.
This is like the greatest antagonist I think I've ever seen.
I know, right?
So good.
It's so good. All he's doing
I
is
will
running.
never stop.
Nope.
This dude was stiff arming people out of his way and shit. He was like vaulting over people. I was
Nothing
like,
could stop this man.
so good, man.
So
when Momo like grabbed him with his psychic arms, he was like, he put his whole body. I was like, no.
Yeah, no, he went even harder. That's what I love, dude. Dig deep.
It was so sick.
It was really fun. And then we see Okarun, something that was interesting. He transforms on his own completely. Like
he could do that before.
He could do that, but he hasn't done it where he just like kind of casually did it. He was doing it maybe like fight for your life, like instinct.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? I feel like this is the first time that he's done it just kind of casually, just like
casually.
outright.
Yes.
Okay.
Instead of in a fighting scenario where he's
combat.
trying to use it in combat. In this point, he's trying to use it. He's just like, oh, I can pop.
You know
into
what the
this
funniest part is? That the ghost form no one else sees, right?
Yeah, the ghost form nobody sees.
Really?
Yeah.
Only people that can see ghosts can see his ghost form.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
All they see is just a normal looking dude running without.
But they do see
hands.
ISA.
But he's doing like extraordinary things.
Yeah.
So basically, ISA grabs onto him, and Gigi grabs onto her, and they're holding on to this mannequin, and Okarun transforms and runs after him.
Yeah.
We get this insane chase scene where they're going throughout all of Japan and just like breaking everything. And
Do they see the running mannequin then? They should, right?
Because
I don't think so.
That's debatable.
Because it's a physical object, though.
No, it is, but like I think because it's possessed, maybe I don't know.
It hasn't been confirmed if that's actually a ghost or if it's just because of his balls.
It's got to be because of his ball. He pulled another mannequin out of the garbage, and she was talking to him.
Yep.
So
right after that, we get this heart-wrenching story of this mannequin we just got introduced to.
Yeah, and they do end up stopping him. Like, I guess he broke apart at one point, and Momo managed to take his heart and start slapping that around, and it ended up messing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it made him weak.
And then he's in a junkyard. We find out he was actually running towards someone.
Yes.
He was running towards a woman who he ended up taking out.
A woman mannequin.
A female mannequin.
Only the top half.
Yep, only top half. And he was like...
I don't know if I'm using this word properly, but I think it's like it juxtaposes...
Oh, yeah, it's a juxtaposition of Okarun and Isaac. Yeah. Where...
it's a parallel.
Yeah.
Not a parallel.
No, juxtaposition. You're right.
Juxtaposition.
Sorry, what are you saying?
Juxtaposition.
Okay, I haven't heard that term.
You pull up the full version. I could not explain to you how the word works right now. I'm too fried.
I've never heard of this word.
Juxtaposes.
It's like it's kind of paralleling in a sense, like something and
or a mirror.
Just mirroring like a story that's happening right in front of their eyes.
That wants to happen.
Exactly. So
so is this? Oh my God! Is this foreshadowing? Is Momo gonna get cut in half at some point and thrown in the garbage? And he's gonna go and pick her up and be like, "I love you," and then she'll be like, "Our manufacturing dates are different. We can never work."
But yeah, that's kind of the end of the episode. It ends off with Okarun actually looking at the mannequins, like portraying their love and being like, "Oh, I want to be that."
Yeah.
Here's my final question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you like Gigi's voice actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Do you know
sick.
who the voice actor is?
Of course not. It's gonna be somebody he can say it and be like, "Oh, they voiced this, and I'm like, oh shit."
Well, he's actually never done a role like this before.
A weird role?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Ida from My Hero.
Okay.
Kageyama from what am I? The volleyball anime. What's
Haikyuu? Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's also Nafumi from Shield Hero.
Oh wow.
And Lance
legit.
Crown from Mashal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
legit.
he's done everything.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No,
So
He's great.
He hasn't done
more-
a silly role before.
It's a bit more serious.
It's all the
context.
serious.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, Ida's like serious and silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you kind of get silliness, a little bit of silliness in some of those characters.
And Gigi's like his full first like comedic sort of silly role. Interesting.
So this was, it's good. I think the episode was great. I personally give it a solid 4+4. I give it a. I know it makes your skin rise.
You don't know how to count to 8. Just go 4 plus 4.
No, it's a millennial thing. It's like, oh,
This is not a millennial thing.
No, the thing is,
no. It's a 4 plus 4. It means 8, which means they ate it up. That's what it means.
I'm too old.
That's what it means.
Yeah,
I'm too old.
It's not.
This is not a millennial thing.
This
It is.
This is a
You're
Gen
talking
Z
about
thing.
my
This is a Gen Z
generation
thing.
made this up.
Oh no, Gen Z.
This is
Yeah,
a Gen
that's what I
Z
thought.
thing.
I'm messing up the ages. Sorry.
It's like a
Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way
it's
my
like a black.
generation
It's
made that
one of
up.
those things that Black Twitter created, and then everyone just started like.
Did you say Black Twitter?
Yeah.
AAV.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they just like, but it was like something that that a lot of people were doing. Like it was like black culture thing. Like, oh, she ate it up. Like they were talking about like she, if somebody danced well or like they did something cool, she ate it up, right?
Okay.
If she cooked somebody, she ate her up, right? So 4 plus 4
equals 8, which is they ate.
I love explaining these things to him, just like he's like, how do you feel right now?
I feel like you guys are dumb. That's how I feel.
Okay, Grandpa, we'll get you your IV drip very soon.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please. I'm gonna lose it, man.
Let's go next.
Let's get back into it. We got.
I give it an 8 out of 10 too.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
It was,
But that's not what it means. 4 plus 4 does not equal 8 out of 10.
I know it's not an 8 out of 10.
I understand what
it's like
I get what you guys are saying.
when
now.
we're saying it, we're using it as a meme. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Animation was not that great this time around.
Yeah, it was off-putting for me for some reason.
Well, it was like I was explaining earlier to you. It felt like because there was nothing really going on in this
some of the
episode,
limbs should not twist like that.
Yeah, they probably just like, we're not going to spend as much on this episode. We're going to save some money on this
I think
one.
they spent more money on the chase scene.
The chase scene was
Yeah.
they spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah, there was definite good detail with the mannequin and the chase scene, for sure.
It looked really good. So let's get into Daima. You wanted to go off where this one was a little bit of a shorter one. There was some stuff that happened. But
So in this one, okay, so we're on episode 10 now. This is split the community a bit because they're like, this can't be canon, and now people are saying this is canon because of things that happen. So we'll start with just Majin Ku shows up in front of Tamagami 1 and they start fighting, and it looks like at first they're like toe to toe for a little bit.
No, it looks like he's trying really hard, and Tamagami's just like kind of dodging, and that's what
Well,
we
a little
see.
bit. Majin Ku's very
Wait, well, one question.
Erratic?
Can Tamagamis kill? Or are they just there to like
I don't
test?
know. So they
They
haven't mentioned anything about killing.
They've said
So-
they will kill. They've relayed that they will kill people like who try to fight them.
But I feel like that's just
they've-
like a scare tactic. Because
Yeah, it
so
might
far, I mean, he fought so they fight. Majin Ku's very erratic and very he's got a lot of flair to him when he does his attacks.
he emotes.
Yeah, and I mean, he is mixed with a Cyberman, which we now learn that they are from the Majin world, and they were being sold outside universes. So there's that. And he can talk. He's got actual intelligence, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, Cyberman and Majin Buu did not have that much intelligence.
No.
So that was kind of surprising, for one. They went at it. Tamagami's not even sweating. Tamagami 1 is not sweating at all.
No.
This dude just slapped him around.
Easy.
Majin Ku was throwing every attack possible at him. At one point, he turned into a twister and went to go dive at him. And instead of slicing him, Patrick was like, he did what did you say? It's the most disrespectful thing that I've ever seen happen.
Instead of just slicing him, he just grabbed his waistband.
By his pants and just threw him aside.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing.
He did one of the craziest moves I've ever seen. He did the monkey dance, and then he ran like on all fours, and then he rolled over on the ground, and then he did an attack. And I was like, "That's
No, didn't he?
crazy.
Isn't that when he gave up? I
No,
swear that's
no,
when
no,
he
that's
gave up. He was
right.
like,
No, that's after.
oh, was that after?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was when he went he did one attack right out. That's when he went and he punched him in the chest
he
a
was
couple
like on
times.
the ground.
Yeah. That was crazy.
motion.
Dude, it was like, I was like, why they painted, he's such a joke.
The animation was fucking fantastic. Let me tell you,
It was really good, bro.
It's abnormally good for what it was.
The most silliest fight in all of Dragon Ball.
It could have
so
been the jankiest movement ever for the animation. But it came off really well.
Yeah,
it's like we could tell. Like
the roll was like perfect. Like you saw every frame of him rolling, and I was like, really? Wow! I didn't even get this many frames in Blue Lock. That's crazy, dude.
Anyways, Majin Ku is just like, okay, you're strong, I'm strong, but you win, I'm leaving. He's like, thank you, bye. I was like, what just happened? And then he goes up to Eren Su and is like, yeah, so I lost, I'm sorry, let's go home now. And she was like, you're freaking useless. Like, why did we even bother? And he was like, I can sew, I can be very good in the kitchen. He was like, what is happening? This is supposed to be an evil being, but he's not being evil at all. It's like, okay.
Maybe it's the Saiba that's mixed with it, Majin that makes just some dumbest shit.
I mean, it's possible. It's definitely possible, man. I was like, this is the wackiest thing I've ever seen.
It was weird.
They couldn't get like another person's DNA. Why didn't she just put her own DNA?
She might end up doing that.
True.
She might put herself
What
inside
ended up
of it.
happening was they just kind of left after that.
Yeah.
He was just like, yo, I can't beat him. She just looked at her straight in dead eye like, hey, yo, like, I can't do that.
And she was like, you're useless. And that's when he started spouting, I can do other things. I'm still strong.
Fast. I can sing. I can
cook.
do groceries.
Yeah. I was like, all right.
Let me eat your hands like groceries.
Oh, my God.
That is so wild. No, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah. And then we cut to like Goku and the crew and they're flying over things. They get into the second world. They get chased by the Grenadier people, but then they get shot down by Goku, which he should have done in the beginning.
Yeah, they did this cool Star Wars chase scene where it was like there was like 4 TIE fighters flying around and they were shooting. They're like beep, 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 but none of them were hitting the ship. And then after
they did hit the ship a few times.
After 4 minutes of the chase.
Yeah.
And then Goku pops out of the back and just hits him with a stick and they go down.
Yeah. Yeah, like full after 4 minutes, he's like, oh, I can go out there and just take them out. And we're like, yep. And then we learn of the Kraken. There's a giant Kraken that they ended up losing their ship to, but ended up escaping. God damn, I can't remember. Oh, they land, they meet up with Vegeta and them, and then they talk about, oh, this is like Shin's world. This is where Piccolo's from too. You can see they're like, there's a small planet within this planet where the Namekians came from.
Yep.
And it got into a little bit of like the Demon King Piccolo stuff, and apparently there are Demon Kings.
Wait, what? So there's planets in the demon world?
Yeah.
So they're just floating in the air instead of space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's weird. This is an OG Dragon Ball adventure. I'm telling you.
There's plot holes aplenty here. Don't get me wrong.
Not necessarily, because they explained that too. So the last Demon King before Obara, he commanded the strongest, like they called it a super Majin, I think, Rimasu, to create more universes. So there is this. Okay, I'm going to get into this a little bit because I like it's confused a lot of people here.
Sure.
Okay.
Go.
So in Dragon Ball Super, you have the angels, you have the God of Destruction, and you have Zeno.
Okay.
Okay. They said that like Zeno is the ruler of the universe, and he can just destroy the universes if he wanted to, which he did. There used to be like 24 some odd universes, and he destroyed like half of them.
And Zeno looks exactly like the Super Majin, Rymos.
Well, not exactly. He's more rounded. I mean, they're kind of the same size. So we'll get into this. Don't worry. I'm gonna get into this because I know where you're going with this. So in Super, so we learned that like the Supreme Kais, they come from this, they're called Glins. They come from this planet. They're born from world trees.
Yes.
They didn't like the evil stuff that was going on, so they kind of fought back and dispersed.
Mm-hmm.
But what you learn as well is the trees, in this episode, that the trees are all dead. So his race is pretty much on the brink of extinction.
Doomed to die.
Yeah, they are doomed to die. Yes, they're doomed to like go away forever. And so they were assigned to the different universes by the Supreme Majin and by the Demon King Obura after they made all these universes, all these planets. So there's not really plot holes. They did explain that this dude created all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but why? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, technically they're not doomed to die. Couldn't they just get the Dragon Balls and wish that there's a Glin tree?
Not the regular Dragon Balls.
No, really?
Yeah,
Why
not with the regular Dragon Balls. That's too much. That's like beyond their cosmic being to do.
Yeah, it would have
Like
to be the demon
at that point,
worlds.
you're recreating life.
Okay, so I see.
They can bring things back to life, but if something dies naturally, those Dragon Balls can't do that.
What if they ask for a seed to grow it?
That's creating something.
Mm.
Yeah, only the Super Dragon Balls can do that.
Okay.
Can they just regenerate their trees that are
Not if they pass away naturally.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like a rule with that. If it's past,
what if the trick is they didn't pass away naturally?
Then they could.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z when they were on Namek and the Elder Namek, the Elder Guru, the big Namekian, he passed away, but he didn't pass away from natural causes. He passed away from like a broken heart because all of his people were dying. So when they wished them to come back to life, he did come back to life. Yeah.
That seems so weird, but sure.
I know it's a little controversial, but anyways, with this universe, they're saying they were created like this. That's how they were made. So the speculation is, okay, were the angels and Zeno created too at the same time, or were they both in existence together? Because it's kind of weird. We're learning that the demons are creators, or the Majins are creators. The angels and Zeno, they're destroyers because they also make gods of destruction. And so in Super, what they established was for every Kai, Supreme Kai, there is a god of destruction and they're linked. So if one dies, so does the other.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it would be a good thing if they died.
It's supposed to be balance.
But if you kill them all, there's none left.
None left. But then it's going to like grow out of control.
Yeah, because
the gods of destruction, their job is to go around destroying planets that aren't evolving properly. Or that are just staying stagnant once they hit a certain point of evolution.
Got you.
Yeah. That's kind of they're supposed to balance it out. And so Zeno, and so this is where I'm going to come back to Patrick's thing, where he kind of looks like the Supreme Majin guy. There's now theories, is this guy attached to Zeno and they're the creator and the destroyer?
Okay.
Are they linked like the gods of destruction are with the Supreme Kais?
Gotcha.
So that's where this is coming. And this is what's splitting fans. Because with Toriyama, even though there's no manga to this, Toriyama connected Super with this anime. I think it's now canon. He's canonized a lot of things with this series.
Yeah.
They are tied to each other.
Yeah.
Now the next job for Super is to explain where these demons went or what's going on with them still. Yeah. That's what it should be.
Got you.
So we got a lot of back lore, a lot of I'm saying it's canonized things. The community is kind of split on this because they're still arguing crap, which is stupid because all of it is there now. But this is all canon stuff at this point.
And anime canon.
Yes.
It's anime canon.
Yeah.
Which is,
even if it's not in the mangas, it doesn't matter anymore. This is canonized.
Yeah. And because anime can be canon.
Yes.
Like you can canonize, like we saw that with Bleach.
Yeah.
Right?
With people's Bankais and stuff.
Technically the Bankais, right? That we saw in this episode, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But there's in a lot of animes, they are making, like, anime canon can be different from manga canon. Like,
Yes.
I don't think there should be a split on whether or not, like, it's, because those are two different pieces, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously one takes from the other.
creative direction will also change.
Exactly.
Animation does change a lot of the power scaling.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's why I prefer, like, personally, I know people will hate me. I prefer anime over manga. Like, I like manga. Don't get me wrong. I'll read it, but I like anime because I do think the direction and just looking at more of a detailed vision.
For me, it's whatever the first source material that came out
from the creator.
And that's where
the source material. So like if let's say the anime came out first, anime is canon. If the manga came out first, manga's canon.
Right.
Or if it's light novel. Like some of them are light novels, right?
Because for Super, the anime doesn't really follow the manga. The things that happen in the anime, people fighting certain people in the anime are different from the manga.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, it's like, okay, let's look at Bleach then. Bleach has filler, right? Filler, there's anime filler, and then there's anime canon, right?
Yeah.
We found out some of that stuff is like anime canon. right? Now, right? We found out that that's anime canon.
Yeah.
Like part of the actual story.
Yeah.
In the anime from front to back. It might not be the manga canon, but it is anime canon. But there is also anime filler. That's what we're like. That's where we have to defer. Where there is stuff that is in the anime that might not be part of the actual main story.
Right.
So there's 3 different categories: manga canon, anime canon, and an anime filler. Could be manga filler, but I don't think that is really. It's not really a thing.
Considering how competitive the manga scene is, if you make a bad chapter, you can get axed the next.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't make filler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But anyways, all the stuff that I just explained, Shin basically told the story. But before he even told this story, he was because they were asking him about it. He's like, it's going to be kind of long, and Goku was just like, I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
He was just like, I don't want to hear it then if it's long. Goku's so like, come on, man.
He made me laugh. Yeah. I was like that. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, and so we got a lot of backstory for this episode, which was great. A lot of lore building more, and I'm saying canonized things. You can hate me for it. I don't care. It's canon now. Yes,
it is. It is. It can be. It is anime canon now. So
yeah. And I think that's where it kind of just stopped, right?
Yeah, that's kind of where it stopped. Yeah. That's where the end of the episode was. We're going to find out more in the next episode and find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'm giving this one like a 9 out of 10 just because it had everything that, even though it was a build-up episode, it was a lot of lore.
But not as good as the next anime that we're doing.
I give it solid 5 out of 10.
That's fine.
5?
No, it didn't do anything for me.
I would give it like 6.5 for me.
Fair enough.
6.5, 7.
The thing is, I am not a Dragon Ball fan. I'm watching this as
he also does. He also hasn't watched any other Dragon Ball.
Not.
This is his first Dragon Ball.
I
experience.
am very ignorant in Dragon Ball. Don't get me wrong, and I understand that. That's why my perspective is from somebody who is an outsider. I am looking at this episode. I'm saying, kind of, whatever. I really don't. These characters, I really don't have. Like, I know them, but I don't have strong ties to them. So
my question is, why a 5?
Why a 5?
You enjoyed the Goofy fight scene.
No, actually, I thought the Goofy fight scene ruined the character for me.
Which Goofy fight scene?
The Goofy fight scene with Majin Ku. I think it ruined the character for me. I said that right away.
I think that was kind of the point, though.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Because like he was okay, so you don't know too much of, like you said, you don't know too much about it, but the Cybermen are literally brainless creatures that just follow orders.
No,
for one.
Yeah.
And they also, I think with them saying when they were planning it, they were like, don't put it in too deep, just keep it in the first few inches. I think that kind of has something to do with it a little bit. Otherwise, they wouldn't have just mentioned that specifically. It was weird.
That's fair enough. I don't know, right? My thing is, I'm looking at it from an outsider's perspective.
Were you expecting him to be like a serious character?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I was expecting him to be a serious because they built the thing is, I don't expect build up for a character, like 4 episode build up for a character that just
he wasn't
built
up for 4 episodes.
He was.
It was 2 episodes.
It was like 2.
Okay, sure, 2 episodes. No, it was not 2. It was more than 2 because he was teased.
It was 2. It was the week I was here before. When
where they saw him.
Okay,
they saw Kirisu in the Majin Buu fight, picking up a little Majin Buu person.
Oh yeah,
and then
that was
coming
2 episodes ago.
Coming to Marba to like, hey, make me a new Majin Buu.
Well, still 2 episodes of build up for a character that just turns out to be a joke. I was kind of like, okay. I was looking forward to something cool.
Just so you know, that's like Toriyama's thing.
That's fair. Yeah. Hey, fair. I
just so you're aware.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
He does like to troll sometimes.
It's like that, and that's what just took it away from me.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. I thought you enjoyed.
Like, you remember Garlic Jr. and the Spice Boys?
Yeah.
Well, I the thing is, like, he was emoting. Like, I thought it was funny. Don't get me wrong. I just think it took away from what I was expecting and what I wanted to see. But hey, to each their own. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
But we do have a really good episode to discuss, to go over Bleach. My goodness, this episode. You know how they say there's days that happen. There's weeks that happen in days, but there's days where weeks happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was this episode.
There was a full weeks of content packed into this.
Yeah.
There was so much. It just kept going. We thought it was like 40 minutes.
First like 30 seconds. It was like the first 30 seconds. It was a flashback.
It was
of what we now know. A young Shinsui, his brother, and his sister.
Yep.
And then it it went from that to him getting shot in the gut, his gut just being completely removed.
Yep.
By what's his name? Lil Burrow?
I don't know.
Lily
Burrow,
something?
bro?
Lily Barrow or whatever his name is, the gun guy.
Yeah.
I can't even remember his name now. And him coming back as like an owl.
Yeah.
That was
owl
weird.
dragon.
It was very,
an
very
owl
odd.
dragon.
It was an owl dragon thing that was like attached to the Arceus body.
Yeah. He even grew hands.
Yeah, he even grew hands. It was crazy. He was just growing everything.
Freaking weird, man. But he was basically invincible and called himself a god.
Mm-hmm. And he kind of was.
Yeah.
Kind of was.
Yeah.
And
so we cut into the veil coming down.
Yep.
His Bankai saying, "It's okay, you can rest now." We can't beat him.
Yep. No, like, hey, dude.
I'll take you away.
Yeah, don't worry. Just close your eyes.
Yeah.
We'll go.
He got tagged.
And then Nano kind of
woke him up
and wakes him up.
Yeah. And then we get a whole backstory all of a sudden.
Just
about freaking everything.
Just an
Because she was like, "We'll get you out of here. Just give me my Zanpakuto, blah, blah, blah." And we're like, what? What do you mean give me back my Zanpakuto?
Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, wait, he has your Zanpakuto. How does he have his Zanpakuto?
Yeah.
What? And then it starts going into it. You want to take it away?
I mean, I guess. So we get another flashback. It's him younger.
Yep.
His brother married Nano's mother.
Yep.
So it's his niece.
Nano is technically his niece.
Nano is his niece.
Yeah. So that kind of like breaks down over this story.
Yeah.
So we find out like his brothers. We see a man.
We learn about Nano's family history. Like the Issei clan is a matrilineal family.
Yep.
So it's run by women.
Yep.
And they only have daughters. They do not have sons. And they adopt son-in-laws to their family so they can seem, I guess, normal.
So they can continue the lineage.
Or sorry, continue the lineage.
Because the men in their lives die
early.
Yeah.
They always die. It's the Issei family curse.
Because
thank you.
If they were following the royal tradition, like the noble tradition of inbreeding, it would be just if they were still alive. Then
right.
But,
and not even just that, like the fact that just all their men died and they never had men to begin with, right? So they had to marry in.
Yes.
Because they always give birth to girls. There was no boys, so they couldn't do.
Yep. And so then we find out a little bit more about the relationship between
like at first Shinsui didn't have a good relationship with his brother. But then when Nano's mother came in, Ohana, it changed.
His life changed. They became closer. He felt more relaxed.
I don't think her name was Ohana. Ohana was the Bankai.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Was it Hana?
Something like that. I can't remember. Nano mom. She was briefly in it. She wasn't very much she was an integral role,
right?
But they didn't display her very much. It was more the talking of Shinsui and Nano back and forth. So,
and she's the one telling Shinsui all this, like Nano's mother, and was like, "You need to keep this blade and keep it hidden." So we learned that this Zanpakuto is a family run, like passed down Zanpakuto.
Yep.
They don't have their own.
No.
It's
there's only one Zanpakuto in their family.
It's like an akin to God, basically.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Well,
it's a blade without a blade.
It's a blade that can.
It's a sword without a blade.
Yeah, a sword without a blade.
Yeah.
But it is it's not supposed to be able to kill anyone. It's only supposed to be to reflect the powers of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is how they explained it.
Originally, it was meant for protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So apparently there are some families out there that don't have a Zanpakuto.
Nope.
They just have a Zanpakuto that gets passed down.
Well, I think it might just be them. We don't know of any others. There could be others though. You are right.
True.
But with this, there's so much that happened in this episode. Honestly, you just go and watch it. This is an episode you kind of have to watch. To feel.
I mean, she gives it to him because she wants the curse to be broken. Doesn't want like it to continue. So he decides to. And we learned that because of that, she got executed because she misplaced a sacred weapon.
Mm.
A sacred treasure.
A sacred treasure, sorry. Yeah.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
Because it's if a godlike being came out, who was gonna
You know
Take
what's
it down.
weird though? I will say so back if we were to talk about the Zanpakuto arc, there's one thing that's weird because
Yes.
it's the twin
I know you want to
blades.
get into this. I wanted to get into this because it makes it kind of canon. So,
But like the twin blades were supposed to be the ones that had both of them. So that means he had to be wielding that blade at some point.
well, I think what this implies is he says that Kyotsu Suigetsu, right? That's what the no, it's not called that. Is it called Kyotsu Suigetsu? No,
that's
Kyokatsu.
I can't remember. There's so many. At this
Kyokatsu
point.
is the sword that she has.
Buddy, you have like 2 free hands. I need you to like look things up.
It's true. You're supposed to be producer Pat. What's going on, producer Pat?
Come on, man.
Let me find out. Kyokatsu.
But
Kyoka.
yeah, so
Katen Kyokatsu.
So okay, he said
Katen was split. And then,
Kyokotsu
yeah.
is Nano's. We
Yes.
sound very bad right now.
I know.
Is-
There's so much like because there's so many names.
Anyways, is was supposed to be Nano's Zanpakuto, but he says not quite. She's just holding it. So I think what happened here was because it was originally. He says it originally was cotton,
Yes.
and then it split into Kyokotsu to
Yes.
hide the family Zanpakuto.
Yeah.
So that's why Kyokotsu was made.
Yeah.
So we learned that. Now, the interesting thing about this is during that filler arc of the Zanpakuto arc, it showed both of them.
Mhm.
It showed both Katen and Kyokotsu.
It did.
So it, to me and to you now, and probably to Pat, it implies that the Zanpakuto arc was probably supposed
I
to
didn't
be
watch the
canon.
anime, so.
But the
Oh, you
problem
didn't?
being-
Oh, brother, you got to watch that filler. You'll be
problem-
like, holy crap, this kind of makes sense.
The problem with that being in that arc, they explained that like that's the other twin. That's
Yeah.
the other twin blade.
Yeah.
But that's not the twin blade. So how? I'm so confused.
What do you mean that's not the twin blade?
Like that, the chick,
Mhm.
the
The eye patch?
yes, eye patch. She came out of one of the blades
Yes.
in that,
Yes.
but that's not that blade.
No, it says the other blade.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So now she's not tied to that Zanpakuto. She's tied to her Zanpakuto. That
You got to be a bit more specific here.
so there's swords, right?
Yeah.
Each sword, okay.
Cotton,
Yes, cotton.
the eye patch.
Okay, so
Yes,
the
eye patch.
full name, Katen
Kyokotsu.
Kyokatsu.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's originally just Katen.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
the eye patch lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And Kyoko
Katen Ohana made Kyokatsu to
Yeah.
hide.
split from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she basically she gave him the blade, right?
She gave him their families on Zanpakuto.
Yes. Which
Kyokotsu was made from cotton.
oh
Kyokatsu was made from Katen.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I've
okay,
been saying.
That's okay. Sorry. I was not
Yeah.
following. It was like
Yeah, I was just trying to explain.
there was so much that happened, and I'm trying to recall everything. And now I'm just like, okay,
it was
no, that makes sense.
explained
Okay,
in like it was explained. Ohana made the twins to hide
Yeah. Okay. I see. All right.
the
Yeah.
blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
You got it now.
Got it. Understood.
Sorry, you're a little slow, but
I know
It's okay.
it was, dude. There's
Okay,
so-
okay, what were we talking about again? I lost track.
We were in the middle of talking about Nano getting her blade.
Yes. So Kyokotsu pulls it out of her face.
Yep.
Was like, this is your sword.
She literally just reaches in
Yeah.
and then just like pulls it out.
It was cool.
Weird.
It was tight as shit. And then we see it goes back to like Lily Barrow, and she jumps out of one of his shadows after doing some crazy ass attack and reflects some of his magic back at him. And
Cuts his arm.
and cuts his arm. And she explains that this weapon is meant to do this, to
Yep.
fight back, not fight back against gods, but to reflect their power back at them.
Yep.
And shit went crazy.
She then like bounces back and
She gets hurt.
she's hurt.
Lil Barrow's about to pull off some crazy sun god technique.
It's a spirit bomb. He's just
Oh, he did like a giant trumpet horn thing.
yeah. It ended up being a trumpet.
Yeah.
That ended
that's
up.
kind of crazy because his name
Lil Barrow.
But one
Lily
thing that
Barrow?
was
is,
one thing that I
is a trumpet move.
love.
Mm.
Oh really?
Okay. I wasn't in band, so I don't know this.
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about.
How do you know this? Were you in band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Loser.
Oh man, what the hell?
You know what?
Oh man.
I don't deserve this. And
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Holy shit.
No, but we see Shunsui come out from Nana's shadow and actually like kind of help her.
Yeah.
Because she it shows that she's like feeling like she can't do this, right? And it was such a heartwarming scene seeing that. Like you find out it's his niece. You find out that like the entire backstory behind Shunsui, and that was what was so cool about this episode. There was so much backstory.
It gave so much in so little time, but it felt like you're watching 3 hours of content.
It was insane. There was so much lore that happened.
Yeah.
And so Nano ends up reflecting this big trumpet attack that we were talking about, the spirit bomb trumpet attack.
And blows half of Lilibaro away. Like literally.
It pans out, and one of the coolest scenes is Shunsui and Nano holding the blade and just a sliver of land going back.
And like a crescent in the like palace area.
That trumpet move blew out like half of the fucking island.
Half of the island. And that blade.
I really like how they animated him gathering the power for the trumpet. It was really cool, man.
Dude, the animation in this episode, it was
insane.
Next level.
Insane.
Just the visuals, like just where it was, like how it was designed to look was beautifully done.
Yes.
It was just so good. And was that the end of the episode? I can't remember if anything else happened after that.
No, that's it.
That was it, right?
Basically
it was Nano. Yeah, that's the end. Right there.
Yeah, like they were like, let's leave. And then, they kind of.
Oh, right. Shunsui was like, can I take a break? And then it has this cool stretched out scene that Pat was like, oh, I didn't see it, but it says like Shadow's gone.
Yeah.
And
which was,
he's
I think, the name of the
O's.
episode.
It was the name of the episode. And it just looks so cool. Dude, every part about this episode, I have to give
it's a masterpiece.
It's a 10. Thank you. Pat says it's a masterpiece.
It was.
It really is a masterpiece. This is a mastercraft
storytelling, action, pacing.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
It was a 10.
10 out of 10.
It was a 10.
That's just automatic scoring.
This is so crazy because we just talked about in the last episode the 9.8s. This has to be among them, right? Like we have the amount.
This episode should be among them. If it's not, I'd be quite surprised, man.
So we, that's it was so good. Oh my goodness! Please go watch Bleach. It is fantastic.
Do you think that now knows that Shunsui is his
uncle?
Uncle, yeah,
probably. I think so.
Yeah.
She would have to know, like
no, because she realized, like she saw her mom's hairpins, right, like and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like she figured that out, and she figured out that he specifically asked her in the episode, "Do you like how long have you known?"
No, just about her mom.
No, I know, but he said, "How long have you known about like?"
And she was like, "She knew the whole time."
She knew the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she knew. She definitely knew.
Yeah.
And that's probably why she had such a strong because she doesn't seem like the type of character who would be drawn to Shunsui.
No,
right at all. Like her character, she hates Shunsui in a
sense,
actually, but like, but it's like a love.
You never know because, like, if let's say that the curse wasn't a thing, I mean, Shunsui seems like he'd be the cool uncle.
No, he would.
So
be.
She would still kind of follow him. I think
100%. But I don't think. I think she knew, and that's why she was drawn to him because a lot of the time she's trying to keep him in line.
I'm pretty sure it's because of the.
Oh no. Our fireplace.
I'm pretty sure it's because of the hairpin.
Star Trek.
War.
Okay.
Let's get.
I need to get a Switch.
It's true. Well, I mean that brings us straight in. Actually, that's a perfect segue. Your TV segued us. Let's go. We're talking about what we're watching next season. What's coming out next season?
Since we watch most of our anime on Crunchyroll. Well, like 99%. The only thing we watch, I think, is Bleach on Disney Plus.
Crunchyroll, sponsor us.
But it is mainly because Bleach was the anime we started watching on this.
Apparently, if we want sponsorship, we need at least the easiest way to get is like 1 million followers.
Oh, of course,
combined on all platforms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
oh yeah,
we ain't getting there. No,
no, we're never.
We couldn't even hope for that.
Yeah, we couldn't even hope for that unless I start stripping.
Maybe
we'll find out next time.
On the Podsack podcast.
We're gonna be negative followers.
What do you mean?
They're like blocked.
Everyone wants to see this. I'm gonna wear like low cut shirts.
Jesus.
All right,
it's not OnlyFans, man. Calm down. Good Lord.
Well, it can be.
Anyways, what we're gonna get into here is like the new winter 2025 anime listing, the things that we're looking forward to coming out. So we're gonna skip past a lot of these things and just get to the ones that we want to get to.
Yep.
Because like Bleach is gonna be ending.
Yep.
Dandadan is gonna be ending soon too, right? Dragon Ball, I think, is the only one continuing in 2025
until January 28th.
And in time, yeah, thank you. So there's gonna be a few more episodes, but then we'll have to figure out what we want to watch
Afterwards.
after that. Yeah. So
we will be keeping up with Dragon Ball Daima, but that is ending January 28th as well.
yeah, that's what Pat said.
So sorry, I'm completely. I
Maybe
wasn't
open
listening.
your ears, tiny ears. I don't know.
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
so focused.
One I'm interested in is Fate Strange Fake.
Yeah, which is this guy
That
here.
one would be interesting.
Yeah, you're a big Fate fan, huh?
Yeah, big
Yeah.
Fate fan.
Yeah, I've watched
All
a couple of the
started from
Fate
the
series,
visual
but
novels.
not everything, or I've even read everything. I think I remember you explained to me like things just are like a branched off timeline kind of thing, right? So it's
So like
convoluted.
Fate Stay Night, Fate Unlimited Blade Works, and then Heaven's Feel are all three different pathways.
Yeah,
The routes that you could take from the main game.
it's like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
This sounds boring as hell, but yeah, let's go. Let's
No,
get
it's some
into
of the great.
No,
animation.
It does look good
Play-
though. I've seen.
Play the original one. It's a hentai game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just send me the link. Send me the link for that. I will get into it right
Oh my
after
God.
this ends.
I'm just saying.
How many endings?
Huh? There's three endings.
Yes.
One for each girl.
One for each girl. Damn.
Yeah. I'll definitely do some research into that.
I know you will. Good lord.
No, but we will be watching Solo Leveling for
Solo
sure.
is gonna be the big one
Season
coming
2,
January.
coming back.
Yeah, we know for
Apparently,
sure.
hold on. I heard that there's supposed to be better animation for this season. Like the animation budget went up for this season.
I thought first season was great.
No, I thought it was great. People are just saying the budget got increased,
That worries me a little bit.
which worries me.
I don't know. I see some CG for some of the Shadow Soldiers.
Look bad.
For the minor ones that
Look bad.
look pretty bad.
Yeah.
Most
happens.
most of the budget goes into the big shadows that he gets, which I have seen some of the shadows that he gets, which is fucking fantastic.
I know you're very excited for it. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm giving it. I'm hoping for it. I'm praying for it, but I don't know.
I can't wait to see Beru.
Actually the one that you guys were saying that there's one more Sakamoto Days.
Yes. Which we don't know what platform it's gonna be on.
Yeah.
Quite yet.
There's still some unannounced ones at the bottom, so you never know.
So
They could be fighting for the rights to it.
Right. But that's a big one. That's a big one. I like. We're gonna get into. You know what? When is that airing again? It's like
January as well.
it's in okay.
it is in January.
So Solo Leveling, Sakamoto Days. Those will be the two that
And
we're going.
and Daima for until January
And
28th.
Daima,
We'll have to
yeah.
switch off to something else or just talk about two animes for a little bit.
For a little bit. Yeah.
But we don't know. We'll plan that out a little bit later because we do have more time. We already have our lineup for January, so we
Yes.
are kind of safe there, and we'll kind of announce what we'll watch after Daima once we're there.
I think that should be Fire Force.
I'm in.
I think, but you got to watch the first two seasons.
True. I
Yeah.
will. I can watch. Dude, I watched all of Bleach the day before Bleach came out, so don't think that I can't watch two seasons of content.
And I don't think
Yeah, but
there's-
you're going away, so you have time.
Yeah, I'm coming back in like 4. I'm only gone for 4 days.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll fall in love with the sound effects.
I know. No, I've heard. So I've
Yeah.
watched a couple episodes. I told you, and it was good. Like I enjoyed
He's
it. There's
gonna
just
be
so much that
obsessed
I've been
with
watching.
Tamaki.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. You will be. You'll go hard.
You'll be hard.
So those will probably be what we keep up with. There is a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff coming out as well next season. Not to say that the ones we are watching are the best, or they might not be your favorite, but these are the ones we are going to be keeping up with. And so
Yeah, this is like Crunchyroll's like anime season picks for 2025, which is Solo, Dragon Ball, something called Toilet Bound.
it's
Hanako
very,
Kun season
very,
2.
very popular. Jane wanted to try to get into it, and I told her, be my guest, and then she never talked about it again.
Did they flush themselves down a toilet to go to different worlds or something? Like
No, he's just
It's a ghost bound. It's a ghost
that's a toilet?
toilet. That's toilet bound.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. I mean, I get it. It's kind of fun.
okay. So
3-0 Apothecary.
ReZero, I am so keeping up with.
let me explain the lore.
This season's crazy.
Of the like Japanese lore of Hanako.
Okay.
So she was
Okay.
died at the school.
Oh.
And
oh,
then
this is so
they're-
dark.
You gotta bleep that, by the way.
I said
Yeah, I don't think you can even say
I
that
don't even
word.
say that anymore.
No, really?
Yeah,
Dang, okay.
I would bleep both of those.
Okay. Well, yeah, they died
Okay.
at the toilet.
Okay.
So that's the Japanese lore.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Timestamp that so you know what to do.
Yeah. We also have like Shangri-La Frontier, which I've been keeping up with.
I've been keeping up with.
Oh my goodness,
It's so good.
It's so good.
I'm surprised it's not in people's like in like any sites like top 10
Should be,
animes.
like, top 3.
This
bro.
show is it's so underrated.
It's so underrated.
Underrated for sure, man.
Go watch Shangri-La if you just want stupid fun. Like nothing you have to think about.
No, it's like if you were a gamer, you'd go through this shit too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it feels like a video. The thing is, it feels like the perfect video game.
I hope they do turn it into a video
Honestly, if that was a video game, like that level of RPG would go crazy.
Yeah,
Are you
this would be a
joking?
good game. You know, like there's
It'd make World of Warcraft
so many
like Pong.
there's so many animes that have like good game concepts, right?
Yes, 100%.
Like,
No, and this is such a dope idea. So
like
I really
have
like
you played the Eureka 7?
I did not know there was a video game for Eureka 7.
It was so good. You made your own character. You get to ride in those ships in the airs and ride those waves.
You know
That's
what?
cool.
You know what? That's a good segue into Shangri-La Frontier talking about video games.
Gundam. No.
No, we do have some other stuff to talk about. Some Game Awards stuff.
Yeah. Game Award things.
We have so many Game Award things.
Well, not so many. It's more like,
It's just a lot to talk about.
Yes.
I feel like there's just a lot to talk about.
Bunch of.
Well, there's the most anticipated.
Well, yeah, that was. Anyways, yeah. So the Game Awards happened. A lot of.
We talked about the speculations before on this.
Yeah, and we were kind of like, okay. So, anyways, as you saw, most anticipated game.
I
GTA 6.
I said it. I
Yeah.
don't. It doesn't even. It's not even a race. Like this game is
should've been
monumental.
Should have been wild.
This game is worldwide.
I'll be right there with you. I think it should have been wild too, but it's still coming up, man.
I know, but
It's still coming up.
Like how
Okay.
many times has GTA 6 won the most anticipated game?
A lot, but that's because it's like a worldwide
It
brand.
is a worldwide brand. Like this game is the biggest game.
Monster Hunter's like Japan, some parts of Europe, and some parts of North America,
Dude,
bro.
go and ask your casual gamer. Do they know GTA or Monster Hunter?
True.
They'll know both.
No. A casual gamer won't know both.
You're out of your mind,
No.
dude. You go to any COD gamer, any dude who buys a PlayStation.
I would say the
and
likelihood
COD.
of that happening is like 8 to 1. Out of every 8 people you ask, the one person will be like Monster Hunter.
Yeah. They'll have heard of it, maybe, but like 90%. If I asked Jane GTA 6, she'd be like, yeah. If I said, do you know Monster Hunter? She'd be like,
Yeah.
what? There's a monster hunting game?
Mhm.
What is this game? She knows GTA 6 because she like you can't have gone anywhere and not known GTA 6 or GTA 5. And
Yeah.
it was just that is going to be the most anticipated for sure.
Yeah. Best adaptation, Fallout won it. I think that makes sense.
That
Makes
is
sense.
completely
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
I don't even think like I get it. People love Arcane, but Fallout was great.
I'm surprised Tomb Raider was even in there because the first episode was super boring. I turned it off.
Was it?
It sucked, dude. I was not interested at all. It made me sad because I was hoping for something dope.
I mean, I wouldn't like yeah, Fallout's probably it makes the most sense. It's actually got a fantastic story. It's live action with great animation effects and just is from front to back good.
Makes sense. Yep. Absolutely.
And then I guess we have the big topic we'll
I just want to go through a couple ones like real quickly here. Like best family was Astrobot.
Of course.
Okay. That makes sense. Yep. Best family, best fighting, I think Tekken won. Yep.
Of course.
Did you know it was in Tekken now?
No. Who'd they put in Tekken?
Final Fantasy 16.
You know what's so funny?
Oh, they put Clive in there?
Yeah, they put Clive in there.
You know what that means? They're gonna have to bring back Soul Calibur.
You know what's funny?
True.
I think I don't know how big Tekken is because I'm not in that community. I thought Dragon Ball Sparking Zero would have won it just off of pure praise alone.
Fair.
For how big of a game it was.
Tekken is big, man.
No, but Tekken's
it?
big. Yeah, they're still like
because it takes them like a few years to make a Tekken game.
Yeah,
it doesn't
does.
come out every like
No.
often.
They come out very
Yeah.
every 5 years, 6
like
years.
FGC, like Tekken's like top tier.
Yeah. For
Okay. Hey,
technical purposes,
fair enough.
combos.
I'm not a fighting game fan,
Yeah.
so I'm not in that. It just from being an outsider, it looked like that.
Best RPG was Metaphor. I think that was a given.
Great game. I love
Well,
it.
actually, yeah, with what's
Yeah.
on there,
It just makes the most sense.
Elden Ring, I don't think people are voting for DLC, man.
No.
Yeah.
And it's a remake, which is Final Fantasy.
Why do best action adventure? How is
I know there's like
that's a platforming game.
No, it's an action adventure.
Is
game.
it really?
Yeah.
No, it's a platforming game.
Hold on,
See,
it's a platformer
game.
that's action that has action and adventure.
Mario has that.
Yeah.
That's what
Mario's not just a platformer.
No,
though.
but they classify it as a platformer.
It is a platformer.
Castlevania has that. They classify it as a platformer.
There's multiple. You know, games can have multiple genres
for sure, but they don't categorize those as those.
Yeah, they do all the time. They cross genre. It depends on what was actually released in that genre. What was released in action adventure that was so good last year that it would have beaten out Astrobot?
I didn't think Astrobot was an action adventure.
I don't know. It's
an adventure game, but it's not an action.
I mean, okay, hold on.
There's action in it. It's not just purely puzzles.
Hold on.
There's boss fights.
You got Prince of Persia, Silent Hill, Star Wars, and Legend of Zelda. Okay, so if Star Wars is in there, literally best action game, Black Myth Wukong is an action adventure game. Stellar Blade was an action adventure game. Warhammer was an action adventure game.
Oh no, Warhammer.
Well, whatever. But the other two definitely were action adventure games because you go adventuring.
Sure.
So why is Astrobot in there?
Why?
And you look at the other
wait, but that doesn't make any sense. You're just saying that those games are other action and adventure games and they just weren't in there. So you don't agree with the list. Sure, I agree with you, but you can't state that Astrobot isn't an action adventure game if it is literally a genre that is tied to the game. It is action adventure.
Prince of Persia
there's full action.
Is also
a platform.
Full adventure.
As a platform.
And this is where I have to because the thing is
then why isn't Mario put into best action adventure? It's got puzzles. It's got action.
It can be, but they're not.
It's never been categorized as an action adventure game
because those other aspects to it, the action and adventure aspects of it, might not be as good as the action and adventure aspects of these games. This genre is specifically for action and adventure. What gave the best action and adventure?
How does that explain Black Myth Wukong not being in that category then?
Black Myth Wukong maybe didn't have the best action and adventure. Why would it? Can you argue that it does? Did you play it?
I haven't played it.
Bang! Exactly. The thing is, I went and actually played Astrobot.
Did you play Black Myth Wukong?
I did. No. The thing is, I wanted to know what was so good about Astrobot. My whole ideology going into this was how can a platformer, this just genre-based platformer, win all these titles, right? And we'll get into more of them later because yes, it does win a lot of titles, and you can go through some of them. But yeah, I think it's like. When I went and played it, it is creative. It's got great action and great adventure.
The thing is, the definitions of each genre now is
I feel like it's
up to interpretation.
Yeah,
right.
There's
nothing that's really black and white anymore.
It's not black and white anymore, unfortunately.
It's hard because so many games cross paths, anyways.
I would not classify Astrobot as an action adventure game.
I mean, you might not. But that's an opinion.
I think they advertised it as a platform game when it first came out.
Look at the description for best action adventure. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
Yep.
There was adventure games weren't always supposed to be with puzzles, right?
I mean, sure.
It's
for you, maybe.
I mean, I guess they do define them for the best game in action genre focused primarily on combat.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. They're pretty accurate.
I don't know about that, man.
I think it's nitpicking because I don't think
then
I think
Elden
you just
Ring
don't
DLC
agree.
should have been in both.
Why?
Elden Ring best action adventure combining of.
Wait, hold on. Does it do it does puzzles,
yes.
combat, and adventure
better than some of the titles
on there. The on there, yeah.
Why? In what aspect?
Prince of Persia was
the lore, the puzzles that you got to figure out, the monsters that you fight, how big the lands are. There's so much to it.
There is so much to it. I'm not diminishing these. You guys are thinking that I'm saying that these are bad.
I'm giving you an answer.
But
you're just like nope. Like,
hold on, wait, no, because your answer is Astrobot's bad. Because these ones have this and this. Astrobot. Hold on.
We didn't say Astrobot.
Now you're putting words in our mouth. We never said it was bad. We're questioning why it's in there.
Why it's in there? Because it has great puzzles. The puzzles were very fun. The boss fights were very enjoyable. The landscapes and the tie-ins were very fun. The controls.
That's what people say about all these other games.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, why can't Astrobot be there?
I'm not saying why can't it be. What I'm saying is why is it there?
Because there's 5 choices,
and why
dude.
aren't there other games that are like it in the same kind of style?
Would you like 25 in here?
25?
25 different games. Like all the games.
I'm wondering why Star Wars Outlaws is on there.
When it wasn't even well
Prince
received.
of Persia, The Lost Crown was
also
in there.
wasn't well received.
Like Elden Ring could have been here. It could have beat Astrobot on Action Adventure. Like if it was on there.
Debatable. That's your opinion. Right?
No. Hold on. No. If you want to be objective about Star Wars Outlaws did not do well.
No, I'm not saying just Star Wars. I'm not justifying
Prince
Star Wars
Persia, I'm sure was fun, but sales wise did not do well. People said the same thing. So it's like there should be other games.
They're putting Astrobot against these
solid games.
These solid games. Like these
that actually have more action.
Legend of Zelda, really good game. But like
that's the epitome of action adventure, by the way. Legend of Zelda is the epitome of action adventure.
Yeah. And then Silent Hill 2, there's not much combat in there. You know that, right?
I don't know much about. I can't argue Star Wars Outlaws because I'm not a Star Wars.
No, Silent Hill 2.
Oh, Silent Hill. Oh no, I don't really.
It's a horror game.
Yeah, it is a horror game. I know that. I've played the first one a little bit.
This is what we're kind of explaining to you, and you're like hardcore fighting us on things.
Why are there some titles that shouldn't be on?
Like we're saying, these titles based off what is in there should not be on there.
Like Astrobot, yeah, it could be in here, true, but like there's other games.
And that's what I'm saying. If Astrobot is here, why isn't Mario in here? Because it's basically the same thing.
Well, Mario didn't come out.
No, I'm just saying, like in general, like there's games that are like Astrobot that they also could fit in here that possibly have that. Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, not too much.
But you're arguing, so you wanted to see Elden Ring.
And Elden Ring should have been in there.
And Final Fantasy in this.
Final Fantasy definitely should have been in there.
Yeah, combat, traversal, there's puzzles, like there's
fantastic.
Even Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
I think I'm gonna go Sheldon route here. They put Astrobot here with these weaker titles to make it win more prizes.
And it's definitely something, you know what? I also think they kind of knew people were going to talk about this because we're talking about it and we're having like big debates about it.
Because the only thing is, like, I honestly, the only reason I can see why they wouldn't have put it is because, like, let's move on. I want to talk about, we should get right into it because we should talk about the game of the year. Because we already did kind of go over, like, what we've been talking about. But game of the year, of course, Astrobot. Very controversial. Some people are hating on it, right? The only reason that I can see why they would have put it on the other lists with other games is because if Astrobot won Game of the Year, it means that it had better everything than all these games. Correct?
In all creative and technical
fields. All creative and technical fields, right? That's what that means.
That's what the definition is for this.
And that's what the definition is for this.
I'm okay with Astrobot winning Game of the Year.
Yeah.
But there's some.
So if it went up against against like Elden Ring or Final Fantasy in the other categories, I could probably see that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like one of the other titles would have won Best Action Adventure.
You know what?
Because let's say
I feel like Final Fantasy.
I want to put this.
But why was Final Fantasy so snubbed then?
What do you mean?
Like Final Fantasy should have been in there, but if they did, like, I don't know. Should have been
in where?
Like in the you said the action adventure, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just making it.
But Final Fantasy,
they're probably just diversifying it. Otherwise, it'd be the same games over and over.
Exactly.
But still, that's dumb. If they're the best for a reason, then if you're being titled Game of the Year, you should be in other categories. Because I'm sorry, but I think that's how it should be. Realistic.
Well, a lot of these games are in other categories. A lot of them won other categories.
Astrobot is in most of them.
No, Balatro won 2 spots, I believe. It was 1 or 2. Black Myth Wukong won a couple. I don't know if Elden Ring won any. I'll be completely honest.
I'm just gonna go through this real quick. What did they win?
Best
score music. Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense.
Makes sense.
I don't know who that is. I don't care.
That doesn't matter.
And availability and accessibility, ongoing, Helldivers 2, debatable, community support.
Yeah, indie game.
Balatro.
Best debut indie game. I mean, if that's the only indie game, okay. Poker. Best mobile game.
There you go. 3.
Best VR.
Best action.
Best action. That's 3.
Best action adventure. What we were talking
RPG,
about.
RPG. Best fighting. Best fan. That's 4.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't care about that.
Best multiplayer. Best adaptation. We talked about this. Yeah, so like I said, like all of them did win some. Like all the ones in those categories did win some. I think even Balatro won 3 of them. I mean, those are shoo-in for it. But
yeah, like.
But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. Like in the action adventure, I can see why the categorization definitely is kind of odd.
Oh, the players chose Black Myth Wukong as like overall favorite.
Players, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so
fair enough. I have to, yeah, but the only thing is, like, I came in here just to make the argument that Astrobot for Game of the Year. The reason I see it as that,
even played Black Myth Wukong.
I haven't. The thing is, I'm going off of what
you're making a really one-sided argument
for sure. Don't get me wrong. And I can only make, the thing is, I can make a one-sided argument.
No, you can't, because you have to play these other games in order to make that decision.
That's the thing. I'm going to play these, but I wanted to play I was so surprised that Astrobot won because I was in the same camp that everyone else was. Like, how did this win over these other games? These other games have, like, I've heard Black Myth Wukong is fantastic, has great story. Elden Ring, I've heard, like, everybody.
Great story,
everybody loved Elden Ring. They were going crazy for it. How could Astrobot win? And then when I played it, I'm like, dude, this game's dope. Like, this game is really, really fun.
See, part of me is weird about this because this game show awards was mostly about Sony, like, in their 30th anniversary.
It was.
This is why I kind of feel weird about this, with Astrobot being in so many categories and winning a bunch of stuff that actually mattered, like Game of the Year, like Best Family Game. Like, they call it the Best Family Game so they can sell to families. Like, let's be real. When something's a family game and it's owned by a certain franchise, it's gonna be the one that does well. And I mean, most of this is Nintendo games for Best Family Games.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of them are.
And it's the 30th anniversary. They've even mentioned this multiple times. They've shown a lot of trailers for PlayStation games.
There was a lot of trailers
there's a lot of heavy-handed Sony things going on, and it makes me wonder if that maybe tipped influence a little bit.
It might have.
It's possible.
It's possible they could have. I mean, it most likely is that they put some money in their pockets, right?
Yeah,
for sure. And I can feel that.
It's dirty. It just feels dirty like that because then you're not accurately representing things. If this is what's going on, I don't know. This is just how I feel.
I mean,
I know it's probably not true, but it just feels a little too weird and a little too coincidental that it's 30th anniversary. Most trailers are PlayStation oriented, and some of the biggest winners was a Sony thing.
Look at the past, like, since the Game Awards has been around, like, the last like decade of Game Awards. Okay, every game that has won Game of the Year most likely probably put some money in their hands. It's not like I'm gonna go out there and say in 2021 It Takes Two was the greatest game of all time.
Right.
Okay. Like, I'm just sorry, it's just not my top 10. It's a great game. I played a little bit of it. It's fun. It's a fun game to play with people. Would I say it's like groundbreaking? No. And that was the 2021 Game of the Year, right? Next year was Elden Ring. Well, look at the difference.
For Game of the Year, for the Video Game Awards, it's whoever wins the most categories ends up winning Game of the Year.
Yeah, Balatro had a good hand in that.
Yeah.
I mean, Balatro and Astrobot were 4 and 4.
Yeah. No,
actually, no.
Balatro was 3.
Balatro had more. No, it was 4.
No, Balatro had 3.
The fourth one for Astrobot was Game of the Year.
True. Yeah, it was 3 and 3. So, like, outside of the Game of the Year, it was Astrobot and Balatro who had the most spots. But yeah, honestly, like, we've known.
I'm not mad at like Game of the Year.
No, I mean, I don't really just care about it, but like, it's just weird.
There's some categories that
fair enough.
Like, they should just split action adventure and just make it an adventure title.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why.
They should. They really should.
You're just blurring lines at that point.
Yeah, you are. No, I agree with this, where I do think that action adventure should be really just split. Why do you have action and then action adventure?
At that point, too, they don't have a separate best adventure game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't.
It's like, what's the point then?
Yeah. And you know what? It's fair that they, like, I get it. They're saying best action adventure because every adventure game usually has, actually every adventure game I think has to have like action in it. I get it.
Sure.
But that's not the aspect you're focusing on.
There's puzzle, like
there
puzzle
are adventure games that are just adventure
games, right?
There are, I guess you're right. Yeah, there are puzzle adventure games, but like every game that's ever been on like Game of the Year.
There's even just puzzle games.
Yeah. There's puzzle games, yeah. There's a lot of puzzle games.
Man. Like,
there's a lot of things that should be changed with the Game Awards. I agree. I don't think that they're perfect.
I mean, fair.
Let's nowadays the Video Games Awards is just a game showcase.
Yeah, that's it. And that's really what we're here to talk about, because we have some great game announcements. I'm very excited. We got some cool stuff. One of my favorite games.
Let me get into my favorite ones. Okami 2.
Oh, yeah, I did hear Okami 2.
Oh, such a great game.
I didn't even have that ready. So that's my bad.
That is all good. You can leave it on there. We can pull it up. Let's
F11 if you want to.
Yeah.
So we had one of my favorite games get announced. Borderlands 4. I talked about it before. I'm gonna just go off real quick because Borderlands. Oh my goodness, the trailer looks dope. The cell shading looks great. The animation looks cool as hell. And honestly, kind of a cool concept with the whole like she's like some crazy tyrant putting like masks that create people into psychos in this new universe that we're going to. And there's Guardians, which is weird. There were so many things that happened in the trailer. I'm very, very excited for this because I've been replaying Borderlands 3. And yeah, honestly, that was so dope. I can't lie. Like when the vault.
When I saw him, I thought it was Handsome Jack.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was Handsome Jack too. Like we know he died, but people don't ever like Borderlands is weird.
Unless we see a body.
No,
it's
100%. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, in Borderlands, like they can bring characters back whenever they want. And
as
like
I mean, if you think about it, like so they showed off. I mean, I played the trailer, but we might get copyright strike for this.
It's true. I wouldn't play it.
But they showed like Psycho's being controlled with the masks now.
Yeah.
He was kind of able to control some people with weird, like Angel, like he kind of had her locked down.
Well, yeah, and that's a lot of even in 3, like say like Troy and Tyrene, they control the bandits via social media, right? They get all of them to become their followers, and that's how they gain the psychos to go against you.
Right.
In this, we see that the psychos have kind of been like tuned,
right,
which is cool. And this character, who we don't. Of course, we were talking about. We don't know who it is. Handsome Jack 2.
Handsome Jack.
That's cool. We don't know.
Or in the pre-sequel, it could be.
He just looks like Black Adam. It's just like a Black Adam.
Okay, let's move on from Borderlands because there's a bunch of stuff. I'll just start from the top. Witcher 4 got announced.
Yep.
Series main character in there.
Can't wait.
They gave a crazy trailer.
It was like a 6-minute.
That was a 6-minute story trailer.
Yeah. Naughty Dog's putting out a new game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. No idea what it's about.
Sci-fi bounty.
Yep.
It's bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an interesting one.
Elden Ring Night Rain. It's a co-op game.
It's not Elden Ring 2 as people are saying, but it is a spin-off game. That is roguelite.
Yeah. A co-op roguelite.
Yeah.
And that seems kind of fun, but probably not. Are you hyped for it, Pat?
We'll see. I'm playing Path of Exile.
People are kind of speculating the whole Dark Souls thing because of that one boss monster that was in it.
They could possibly connect it because that character has been alive for so long, right?
It was like some king riding a dragon or something like that. Yeah. No idea. Virtual Fighter. It's coming back, which is kind of crazy. Not the greatest fighting game, but it was fun for what it was.
Well, you never know. With the advancement that they made fighting with the Yakuza.
Yeah.
They could
easily do it.
Be next FGC.
Best fighter. Yeah, fair enough.
How was Okami?
Okami was great.
It was
really. I've heard it's like a beautiful.
It is a beautiful game.
The premise of it was amazing.
I might pick it up.
It was different for sure.
This is an action adventure game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you play when you play the first Okami and then you go to this, they're going to be two completely separate games.
Okay,
puzzles,
two different style games.
Adventure, the combat.
The first one was great, dude.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would press a button and then like a painting. You have to paint like symbols to do damage.
Oh, interesting.
It's cool. Yeah, it's what made video games have people look at it like it was art.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because
this game did it.
Interesting.
The first one did it. Anyway. Yeah. And then of course Borderlands 4, which you went off on.
Outer Worlds 2. I'm a big Obsidian fan.
I didn't know like it was that good to get like a sequel.
Well, it went on the Switch.
Outer Worlds 1 was really good.
Crazy.
The only downside was it was way too small.
Because people started speedrunning it in like 30 minutes, right?
This one I'm looking forward to. Mafia: The Old Country.
I'm looking forward to the Japanese one, Yakuza.
Yeah, shut up. We'll get there, man. We're talking about Mafia right now. Game looks dope. From the studios of Takes Two, they're doing a new sci-fi style split fiction
co-op game.
The creators of Sifu are making a soccer game called Rematch, which I think that'd be kind of dope.
Oh, Absolver as well. Okay,
it's an interesting. Nobody really goes after the soccer market anymore
because FIFA just dominates.
Because FIFA dominates.
Yeah,
but if this apparently is going to be harder, If I see some kung fu stuff in there, I'd be so happy.
Shaolin
Soccer. Yeah,
I think it's Thieves. Don't care. Dispatch. I don't. And it's an Telltale developers. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Interesting.
From the makers of Overcooked, they're making something called Stage Fright.
Oh, that one looks really fun.
Yeah, you're a big fan of.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that developer. They do really good stuff. So
it's a co-op game for this one. 3 players, or is it 4 players?
Probably 4. They usually do 4.
Yeah, we never know.
Onimusha's back.
Yeah,
that's gonna be kind of cool. It's just a big hack and slasher. Big hack and slasher. Yeah.
They might make it a Souls-like
style game. I can see that happening. Yeah.
Considering how popular that style is right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden's making a comeback. Be kind of deep. It's been a while. And that, like, I'm sure there were others, but these were kind of like the top 13.
Yep.
Yeah, that were kind of coming out.
Yeah. And those are the games we're kind of looking forward to. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of it. What are we at right now? Where are we sitting at?
125.
Yeah. Wow, we killed it.
It's a good spot to end it at.
Yeah, a little long.
Next week, Andre should be back. Hopefully, he'll be over his bronchitis. Anil will be back as well. Cooper won't be here.
I will not. This is my last episode of the year, boys.
Yeah, we'll get Andre's and Anil's takes on what they're looking forward to in terms of anime.
Yep.
Maybe get their thoughts a little bit on the Game Awards.
You know, since the episode of Bleach will be airing Saturday morning,
the last
correct?
One. Yep.
Last one. I will try to watch it and send in an audio clip for you guys for my review of what it's like.
You want me to call you?
No, you don't have to call. I mean, we can. Yeah,
I could add you and call you.
True, you could. We could set that up. We might set that up. We'll find out next week.
Would we hear that though?
I would hear it.
Oh, then what's the point?
He could relay my information.
We get earphones for everyone so that everyone can hear it.
Sure. I can also just send you the clip. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
You for everything.
Thanks for checking out.
Yeah. Thank you for everything this year. Please comment.
Because we got that giveaway going on.
Boom.
If you like us, subscribe.
Yeah.
And maybe hit that notification so you can know when we're dropping episodes.
Please.
Even though we're a little inconsistent.
Hit that notification bell.
Little inconsistent, but we're trying. We're keeping up. We're trying to keep up.
Yeah.
We'll do better in 2025.
We said that last year.
Here's to a new year.
Yeah,
I know.
We're doing a lot better than 2023.
We're doing a lot better than 2023.
Yeah,
we are way further.
It is a lot more consistent.
So we have stepped up for sure. There's been setbacks. There's been a lot of stuff happening, but you know, we're still here. We're still gonna come back and bring you all of the fun that we do every year. I'm getting a cell phone call, but thank you very much for watching this episode of the Podsack Podcast. Zach Squad.